Hello. Welcome to my channel. Thanks again and thanks a lot for stopping by to check out this video. My name is Rala. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe to my channel and click the notification button. Click the notification button so you get notified every time I upload a new video. But today, my conversation today is a bit different. I'm going to be talking about a program I currently watch here on YouTube called Skinny Girl in Transit. And something happened recently on Skinny Girl in Transit in season 6, episode 10. I think it's episode 9 and 10, if I'm not wrong. Or episode 10 and 11, whereby one of the cast and one of the actress, Shaliwa, got slapped by the guy that she's currently seeing at the moment. And I want to kind of link this to my personal life and share one or two things with you guys, about that and how I see it and how it is affected me and happened to me in my life and in my past relationship and what I think about it. So, one, Shalloway got hit by this guy that she's currently seeing, and she now went over to a friend to ask for advice, but she didn't say it happened to her, but she just kind of trying to make it seem like she was gathering research for her sister's show, who is Tiwa and stuff, and saying, what would you do if a guy hit you? Would you ever go back to him? And the friend kind of advised her, well, if it was me, well, if I really like the guy, blah blah blah, I will give him another chance, something along those lines and everything. But in my opinion, in my case, that's one thing I wouldn't do. But love takes us a different direction in life. We fall in love, we do crazy things, and sometimes some women reach certain age whereby they were just like, okay, I'll manage him, or I can change him, or I know he's a good guy deep inside. If it's just a one-time mistake, he won't do it again. Or the guy apologizes and says, I'm sorry, I will never do it again. In the case of Shaliwa, what the guy was doing, he was just apologizing, like, oh, I won't do it again. It will never happen again. And she went back with them, and bam bam bam. Okay, they're back together right now. Back to my life, back to my story. So I was in a relationship with a guy in my university days for quite a long time. We were in a relationship, and we were very very quite close and quite it was quite a serious relationship. Everyone knew us together in our university days then. So what I'm trying to say right now is that in terms of with in that relationship I was in, there was physical, not all the time, just maybe once, I think like once or twice it happened, and also emotional abuse as well in that relationship that I'm just going to share briefly with you. And I remember we were dating. While we were dating, we dated for a couple of years, and it was quite a serious relationship. We thought it was going to lead to marriage, but obviously it didn't and stuff. And I just remember the guy that I was in a relationship with then, he was very overprotective of me. He was very obsessed with me. I would put it that way. He was obsessed with me. And being obsessed with someone, it's a sign of in my opinion, can be quite dangerous in a relationship. Being in a relationship whereby a guy or is obsessed or a woman is obsessed, whichever way it could go. A man can be obsessed with a woman can be obsessed with a man. It can go whichever way in a relationship. And I just remember him being very obsessed with me, watching and monitoring my every movement and where I'm going and all of that and stuff like that. And I remember one time we got into an argument or something, like every relationship and everything like that. And I remember him headbutting me, and I'm just like, oh, wait a minute, that's not good and everything. At first I was quite shocked. I was, to be honest, at that moment when that incident happened, obviously there was not so much sign of a bruising at that time, or I don't remember having such a bruise or anything. And I just remember at that time I was shocked. I was very upset that day. I was crying and everything. This is a conversation that I've never really shared with anyone or any of my friends. And I remember being in a relation. I never told my friends or even mentioned it to any of my friends during that time when this happened. I didn't know what to do about it. I didn't know how to go about it and stuff like that. But I just remember later on, further on into the relationship, I just remember I kind of mentioned it to a friend who was quite close to the person I was dating that time, and that the person kind of advised me to say, um, I don't really think I didn't really break it down to say that he headbutt me, or he kind of you know he had a physical contact with me, but the person was just advised me to say like, look, girl, I think you can do better in this than with being with this person that you're with right now. You're too good for him. And when I heard those words, I'm like, what do you mean I'm too good for him? I didn't really understand what she meant until later on, and stuff, and I start seeing signs of him being obsessed with me, and the physical, being the headbutts and everything like that. I when that the conversation I had with that person, and it went on a bit further on, whereby the person just kind of made me realize to say, if this is happening now, what do you think is going to happen when you two get married and everything? So the person kind of just gave me a hint to that friend of mine just kind of gave me a hint to say, girl, if I was you, you need to wake up. And if you don't wake up now, you end up marrying him, you're gonna regret a lot of things. And that was it for me. That was one of the things I really needed to hear, because I got to find out later on so many things in that relationship with that person, and so many things, and so many other signs that I wouldn't like to go into, that the person would do being in that relationship. And I just thought to myself, this is not going to be healthy for me. It's not going to be unhealthy relationship for me later on down the line and stuff. So I got myself out of that relationship. And my message and my conversation to you right there, right, to anyone out there that might be in a form of physical domestic violence relationship, I'm not an expert, but what I'm, in my opinion, what I've gone through and this, what I've seen, if I had not gone out of that relationship, if I'd end up marrying that person, I wouldn't be where I am right now. I feel I would have been locked down a lot more being in a relationship with that person, and I feel I wouldn't have the freedom, and I wouldn't be the person I am today if I had been in the relationship with that person, because I saw the sign that the person was obsessed with me. The person didn't really want me to have my freedom in doing a lot of things. I also noticed another example of that same relationship was when I started driving, how upset how upset the person was when I started driving and I got myself a car, the independent I had to myself. That person that was in relationship with was not happy with that. It was like, oh my goodness, you got a car, why did you go and buy a car? Blah blah blah. Well, so you're just gonna be going out with your friends now. He felt like he won't be able to monitor me and where I'm gonna be going. And I just thought to myself, that was another sign for me to say, like, oh gosh, one, you're upset that I started driving. You don't want me to have my independence. Two, that I got myself a car. You didn't want me to get myself a car. He just wanted to be monitoring my relationship and my every movement, and that was not healthy. And getting headbutts as well, that was not healthy. And every other signs that I saw with that person, that be in a relationship with them, with other people, members, of with friends of his, and how he acts around friends and family of his. And I just put one and one together to say, if you can do this to this friend of yours and this person within your family, within your circle, who am I? I'm just a girlfriend. What are you going to do to me if I end up marrying you? So those were the little signs that I saw, that I'm just like, it's not going to be a very good relationship. It's not going to be a relationship that I would like to go on with. It was hard breaking up and trying to get away from that relationship. I had to do a lot of praying, because when I was in that relationship, I was so much into it, and I was so much, I would say, in love at that time, that I couldn't say anything else. I couldn't, you tell me A, I'll be like no, you tell me B, I'll be like no. But later on I saw that some family members of mine and maybe one or two friends, maybe they couldn't tell me the truth, but later on got to realize myself that they knew and saw that the relationship was toxic, it was not healthy for me, and they knew it was not going to work. So those family members, friends, parents, aunties, that is like, praying and everything like that, and that conversation that I had with that one friend changed a lot of things for me, made me realize, and so like, girl, you can do a lot better. That those words stuck by me, like, what you doing? So, how I got out of that relationship was with a lot of prayers. And I remember one of my friend's mom, long time ago, while I was still in that relationship, met the person. I don't. Yeah, I think she met the guy I was dating then. And she immediately, when she saw both of us together, she was like, "You two are not meant to be together. You're not an item. You're not supposed to be together." That time I was quite hurt, like, auntie, I was thinking, why are you gonna say that, blah blah blah. But then being an elderly person, because she's also like a mother to me. I'm still friends with the person, and I'm still talk to my friend's mom and stuff like that. The older ones can see a lot what the younger ones cannot see, and see beyond. They have the years of, the wisdom and the years that they can see beyond what when you're in a relationship that they cannot see. And I just thought to myself, I was quite bitter. I was quite cold. I'm like, I was giving that attitude like, why are you going to say that? I like this guy. I love this guy then, and all of that. But then they saw and they knew that this wasn't meant to be and stuff like that. So those little things. So the people like that obviously would have been praying. My mother and my auntie, my friend's mom, then that saw us together was just like, you two are not an item. You're not meant to be together. Just kind of opened an eye to everything and let me wake up, allowed me to wake up a bit more. Those words were ringing to my ears as well while I was in that relationship. But I kept on pushing, trying to say, okay, I can change this guy. I can make it work. I can do this. I can do that. But you can't change someone if they have certain things inside of them. Yes, they might try to pretend to you, but later on, the true self will come out. The true personality that's within them will come out. Because I guess one point in my relationship with the guy, when I knew that we were getting quite serious, that and things were happening, that I had to start praying. I'm like, God, because I could see that some people, my mother, some family members of mine were not accepting him and stuff like that, and things like that was happening. I'm just like, God, if it's not your will, let something happen. Let this thing that we have not work out. Let it something just happen, and that's exactly what happened. Things just went bad, that we were just not able, it just got bitter, that I was just like, later on I was just like, okay, this is definitely a sign from God that this relationship is not meant to be. And it was a no, no, no for me later on. I noticed when I tried to break up with him, with that person that was a relationship with, he wasn't having it. It's like, no, you're not going anywhere. If I can't have you, nobody else can have you. Those were the kind of thing he was saying. It's like, I'm not going away. I'm joking, right? You're not breaking up with me. Those were the kind of thing that this guy was saying to me then. And I just saw, I could see that, okay, this was not going to be easy. Breaking up with this guy was not going to be an easy task for me to do. So when I got myself into a new relationship and everything, he tried so many ways to try to get back with me, and so many different things and all of that, like to the extreme that he went. I remember someone telling me, I think a friend telling me, or he even wrote it in a letter, I can't remember how the story went then, that he actually got a shirt made with my face on it, and wrote a message, and he walked around the whole of North London then. This was years ago, over 10 years ago, saying how madly in love he is with this lady on his shirts, with my face on it and blah 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 and everything, and how he wants me back and stuff like that. And I just thought that was crazy back then. I didn't see it, but then the shirt, he now posted the shirts to me. And this is another advice that I would like to give a lot of young ladies out there. If you know you're not going to be in a relationship and you don't want to be in a relationship, cut all ties away from the person. First of all, stop answering the person's phone call. If you can't change your phone number, if you can't change your phone number, just cut conversation. Friends that you might have in common, people that you might be telling things to that you feel that might go back to the person, try to cut those certain friends out of the picture, so you know that, you know, it's just a very, you know, that's those friends are probably going back to say this is what's happening in your life and blah blah blah. Try to cut those people away. So after I broke up with him, that he was not having it, I remember going out of the country. I went to Nigeria to do my youth service. Coming back from doing my youth service and all of that, he was still trying, but I was gradually just not answering his phone calls, trying to just break away easily, not communicating. At one point later on, I think um it made so many different attempts trying to go to my place of worship, trying to see if he would see me there. But during all this time, he was trying. He didn't know I was in Nigeria, or maybe at one point later on, he knew I was in Nigeria because he had tried to go to my place of worship, and he didn't see me there. As I didn't, I started keeping a lot of things I was doing in private and not letting people know about it. Maybe people that didn't know, maybe just like 2 or 3 friends. So when I did my youth service, 1 or 2 or 3 friends knew that I went to do my youth service, but he didn't really know that I was out in Nigeria doing my youth service. All during this time, he was still trying to get me back. And I remember he would try to call me. I would avoid his phone calls. And another thing that I noticed, that a lot of people that are obsessed with you, guys that are obsessed, or women that might be obsessed in a relationship, that they tend to try to do as well. When it's special occasions like birthdays, Christmas, or something, they would try and send a personal message out there to see maybe that will soften your heart, or maybe get your card or a gift, or send you something sentimental that you were like, oh my goodness, he still remembers my birthday or something, or he's wishing me Merry Christmas or Happy New Year or Happy Easter, or whatever special occasion it might be. Try to just not buy to those kind of things. If you keep answering back the text messages, the WhatsApp calls, or whatever kind of thing, you are encouraging that person that, yeah, I think I might still have a soft spot for you, to try and get back in the relationship with you. You need to stop it. Don't encourage it. If you know that relationship is toxic, it's not good for you, it's not healthy for you. Another thing that I did then was Facebook was the one thing that was really popping during that time. So my Facebook, I stopped uploading things on my Facebook. I blocked out a lot of things of on my personal information about myself, blocked it all out on Facebook, blocked that person away from my friendship list, so they won't see what's happening in my life. And I just stopped uploading. Basically, I stopped uploading personal things that was happening in my relationship or in my life, sorry, beg your pardon, in my life on Facebook during that time, because I know that was one way the person was monitoring. Okay, is she with somebody else now? Is she married? Or what's happening in her life? But because I wasn't doing any of that, and there was no way he wasn't able to get so much information about what's happening in my life, he was confused. Another thing I had to do with another guy that was dating, you have to block all communication so they don't see what's happening in your life, for you to be able to move on. For you to be able to move on as a person, you need to block that person away in every area of and form that you can, so you can move on and start afresh and stop communicating with them, so you can focus on your new relationship if you're in a new relationship, or move on as a single person and just not look back. And yeah, so that's it really for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. um I will be having more conversation like this with you in the future, opening up a bit more about personal things as well, and hopefully this will help somebody out there, what, you know, one way or the other. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Hope you really you can take 1 or 2 things from this video. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe. Like this video if you want to. Share this video with your loved ones, friends, or anyone that might be going through one thing or the other. Yeah, in terms of in their relationship or anything, or confused, don't know how to deal with certain things. We can continue this conversation down below if you like. We can continue the conversation down below. Click the notification button if you haven't yet done so, and subscribe to my channel. And I hope to catch you and see you in my next one. Thanks a lot for watching. Stay blessed.